Hello everybody, my name is Kip Creed, and today I will be doing a video on my primary heavy loadout. A while ago, one of my friends asked me to do a loadouts video, and I figured I'd do something like that, but I figured a series would be much more suitable because there's a lot of different loadouts that I like to use, and I kind of want to go into, well, more in depth about the loadouts I use, how I use them, and why I use them. So to start things off, I'm going to be going with, of course, my primary loadout for heavy. This one, cosmetically, is pretty simple. You've seen it before. The genuine Machine and Soldaten helm, the strange Mad Mask, and strange Commissar's coat. The only real customization on here is on my Mad Mask, which is renamed Kip's Inhuman Thoughts, referencing the YouTube poop, and the description being, the most terrifying part is how quickly I'll turn this server friendly. This is back whenever I was really into just kind of playing casually, which I still am, more or less, but I like to have some fun every now and again. And it's got a damage dealt strange part on it. Then there's my well-worn Coffin Nail, Professional Killstreak Strange Clock minigun, which is server clearing currently with the strange parts full health kills, critical kills, and defenders killed. It's meant to show that full health, I mostly go up against opponents that are, or I focus on going up opponents that are fully prepared and taking them down. Critical kills to show that while I do have them, I don't rely on them, and defenders kill to show that I do focus on the objective. It's renamed Major Payne's Life Lessons, meant to be a reference to the movie Major Payne, using a quote from the movie as a description. Killing is my business, ladies, and business is good. Then there's my Delocus bar, which is called Delicious Diabetes, renamed, and the description being, what doesn't kill you makes you a fat ass, a bulletproof fat ass. The strange parts on it being Allied Healing done and Allies extinguished, with almost 23,000 healing done with it, and almost 6,000 Delocus bars eaten. I use this thing a lot. And the immovable object, my Fists of Steel, with 140 critical kills, strange 650 kills, and probably the most badass description line I think I've ever made. Hold the line, boys. I'll worry about the incoming. Overall, this loadout is meant to be focused on general usage of heavy and focusing on the heavy's defensive playstyle. Using the stock minigun for a kind of frontline hold that just is generally useful. The other miniguns are generally pretty good, but they also have a kind of focus on either flanking or very strong positioning, whereas the stock minigun is just useful anywhere at any time. The Delocus bar, I believe, is actually better to the sandwich, and I'll probably do a video on that sometime soon. The Delocus bar allows a lot more support options due to its fast recharge, and the ability to self-overheal is incredibly useful. I think it is far more useful to go into a fight with a higher chance of winning than it is to simply being able to recover from a fight if you win. And then the Fists of Steel, which allow the heavy to tank a lot of damage. I've done a video on how I think it helps mobility and everything, and I just think it's great that there's a weapon that allows the heavy to do what most heavies really struggle to do without a pocket medic, and that is actually tank damage. Now, enough explaining this, and I'm going to show you how I use it. Alright, so first thing you'll notice is that even in spawn, I buff up with the Delocus bar most of the time. It's just to have a little extra health and everything, and it just always helps you out to have it. Secondly, you'll notice I'm bunny hopping with the Fist of Steel. If you've watched my stats versus skill, where the Foss is better than the Gru video, which I'll put a link in the description if you haven't, that explains everything about why I use the Gloves of Running Urgently and how I use them in such a way that's actually advantageous to mobility in ways that even the Gloves of Running Urgently aren't. You'll notice I use the Delocus bar a lot in conjunction even while being healing with the medic. If I've taken a lot of damage, yeah, it kind of helps out the medic to first off use the Delocus bar to heal myself faster, get 100 damage up, while at the same time not completely taking away the medic's usefulness and allowing him to build up some fast uber off of me. So it's kind of a way to recover quicker without necessarily punishing my medic. because you notice a lot of heavies, they'll use a sandwich and everything, and the medic comes to them and it's just like, well, fuck, what do I do now? The locust bar kind of fixes that, as well as giving you more health to work with and everything, so it's overall a win-win for everyone to use the locust bar in that situation. Right here, using the Fist of Steel, and you see, I noticed that sniper, so I'm hopping around a lot. While using the Fist of Steel, if you crouch jump a lot in the midair, it's gonna kind of mess with your hitboxes and make things a lot harder for a sniper to really get a beat on you, and so it allows you to really just tank a lot, even while going through a sight line. Right here, I am just trying to take a oversight position and just kind of you notice a lot of heavies take that position, and it's because having the high ground and being able to see what's going on all around you is just overall super helpful. And I move around an awful lot as heavy, always trying to take flank routes and everything, always trying to get behind opponents. It's because even the biggest class in the game can be a little sneaky, and a lot of heavies try to, just kind of hold the line or just kind of, stick around, and I often think that's not the best idea, but if you can find a way to just really hold things, there's a sentry right there, but I mean, if you can find a way to just get around, you can often clear out the enemy much better than you could just holding the front. Right there, I was trying to bust a sentry, but I really couldn't get quite the right angle to do it. Here, didn't buff up with the locust bar. I already have a medic on me, so no need for it, so I'm pushing forward while I can. And holding out with Fist of Steel, because at this point there's just too much fire incoming and everyone is too far away from me for my minigun to be any useful. So best thing I can do is tank damage. Gonna go in here, try to see what they got inside, and the moment I see a sentry, I pull up the Fist of Steel because it gives me a really good chance of surviving. Even though it knocked me up against the wall where I couldn't escape, I was able to last a lot longer than I would on my own. So going back in here, I already see there's a medic, he's got my back, so again, no need to buff. Even though sometimes if I'm being healed by a medic, I'll buff up real quick, that way I have the 350 HP whenever the medic does go down. But it's always is kind of, situational. What do you need? Do you think you're going to need the buff or anything? And this medic I got me, Ark, he's one of my close friends, and he's really damn good at medic, so I can generally assume that if he's at my back, I'm not quite going to need to heal up with the locust bar. In which case, I'll usually save it for support. In that case, I could have given it to that soldier there, but I was more focused on getting out, because this game was going by very quickly, and we were doing a whole lot of murdering people, so didn't want to miss out on any of the action, being the slowest class in the game. And bam. So I mean, overall, my loadout is just it's a general use loadout with a big focus on defense that just manages to work its way up into a mobility loadout as well, because of the way I play. And it's something I'd like to discuss a little further with people sometime, but that's my main use loadout. I hope I explained it decently well to y'all, and I'll start explaining my other loadouts to y'all sometime soon. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I'm sorry for the waits on all my videos that there's been lately. I haven't really had the time or the ability to do anything recently, with a lot of stuff that has been going on at work, in the community, at home. There's just been a whole lot of shit going on, but hopefully gonna start doing more videos soon, so expect to see more from me. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope to see you in the next one, so see you guys then.